Okay, there is it. This is the final preview for this Nemesis. I created this about 3 hours with the material setup. So in this video I will show you how I set up the material. So I have been use the Blender 2.8 beta. If you want to use this tool, you can download in www.builder.blender.com. So first, I want to change this to Eevee first, because by default that will be set to Eevee. And next, let's watch this in the render previews, so that will give you some time for loading, for process. And yes, sometime it is not respawn, I don't know. Okay, and it's coming. So in here, so okay, for you can look, let me turn on the overlay. Okay, so in here I have a many object in here, but just three masks: the max, body, and in here's the hand. What is it calling? Armor. Let's just calling armor. And the inside of this, I have some skeleton in here, or armature. Oh, it is look so slow. Let me change to the solid view. Okay, you can look it more smoothly. Next, I can move this in the pose mode. I have insert some very simple what's called it, bone constraint to my armature. I just add in first kinematic, so I can free to move. Okay, that is. So let's talk about the shading or the material. So let's open the tab in the shading tab. In the Blender 2.8 we have given some various tab from layout, modeling, sculpting, UV editing, and yes, one of that is shading. Let me click on there, and this is so very real time rendering, because yes, it's real time. So next, let's watch in the just maybe free. Okay, so first is let's open the material tabs, and where is it? Oh, this is still in bone, so I think it's very confused, because when you in what is depth look tabs, you cannot look what you selected, except you watch in the properties windows or outliner in here. So for that I need to right click on my body, and that will take a while for time, or it scan. Oh, okay, not care. So let's just open in here. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry, it's still in post mode. So let's change again to the render preview. So first is the bodies. By default, Blender 2.8 will bring you Principled PSDF. Principled PSDF. That's by default. When you add some new material to your object or your mesh, you will give some output material and the Principled PSDF. Next, I insert a mix RGB with a factor from the color RAM to my base color. So it means I have a two value that is black and white, for example, in here. So because from the concept, the character is just have one color that is black and little white in the body, so I just use two color for material. So in here, if I add new color, for example, maybe green, you can no, you can hard to look maybe in here, because I'm still use viewer, but when I'm render principled, you can look in here. Okay, we have got little green, and when I'm changing it to the red, we got the red in here. You can look in here, little red, because the red is just little in the middle of the white and black. So for example, when we change the blue, that we change the blue. When we change the yellow, it's more yellowish, and but I don't know, use this. Okay, I'm sorry, that's not respond again. I delete the yellow, the third color. So next we will talk about the roughness. Okay, by default roughness will be set 0.5, but in here I has been used some color RAM with the mix of three texture, procedural texture, and from the three procedural texture I am mix it to the one mix RGB nodes, and let's look this. Okay, still whiting. Okay, you can look in here. We have some mixed procedural texture from the wave. I'm use wave in here, wave, noise, and the Musgrave texture. So the first is noise texture, and Musgrave texture has been have one color ramp for their. After their color ramp, I have insert the noise texture to the color 1 and the Musgrave texture to the color 2 in the mixed RGB node. After that, I'm mixing the color from the first mixed RGB node, that is noise texture and Musgrave texture, to the second mixed texture. They already have wave texture on the first color slot, color 1 slot. So the color 2, I insert this material in here, the mix RGB node. Okay, after I'm mixing that without vector. Oh yes, when you by default this will be set 0.5, but I haven't changed to 0.9 because when I'm just 0.5, there's the wave texture is so, yes, it's so dominant, because yeah, that is in the color 1. Okay, so I'm sorry, it's so slow my performance of my PCs. And when I'm changed it to the color 2, we have maybe some different. Okay, still whitings, yes, more different, but once again, that is my way. So I'm just insert the wave to the color 1 and the mixed RGB node from the noise and Musgrave to the color 2, and let's set this 0.9 and hit enter. We have great 0.986 like this. And next, after I'm insert to the mix RGB, I'm insert it to the color ramp and add to some black and white color in here. So you can look at this is take a while, wait for minutes. Yes, when I give some black in the what's calling it, this in this slot, when it's so black, we will have, yes, some roughness to rough. So I'm just decrease from the black to a little gray, something like this one. And after this, I'm insert this to the roughness. Okay, the third is the normal. For the normal, I have a use two procedural texture, that is noise and Musgrave, mixing to the one that is include 2 to the mixed RGB for the roughness. But in the mix RGB for the normal, I'm not use the mixed or color ramp that's mixed 3 procedural texture, but I just use 2 procedural texture for my BAM. So here is the BAM node. You can find in the factorizing, yes, in here, vector BAM. After it, I haven't insert the color because the color is just black and white, because remember we have been changed in here. because by default noise texture is have various color. Yes, you can look in here that have various color. After I change that to the black white with color ramp, the color change from the various color to the black and white. And next I'm mixing it. Okay, and next I'm insert to the bar map. Yes, we have the bump, we have normal. So after normal I have an insert to my normal. Okay, in here. So yes, so next is the marks. The marks is more easy and more simple. Body still body, but let's choose the marks. Marks. Okay, in here the max is more simple and just use foundry texture in here. Okay, in here we just got the foundry texture in the max and the noise texture. Okay, this is noise texture. I converted it to the black and white in the with the color ramp. And mixing it together to the one note with the mix RGB and controlling it again with color ramp. Same from the before, I has been use the palm again for create our normal map. That is, so let we watch how about the bomb. You can look, it's my bomb. Yes, it's like the maxis has been little broken because war maybe. That's my imagination. So next I did not change the color, I just use real pure white from the principlet.psdf. So in this max I just add normal, nothing else. Okay, that is. Let's change to the third. Okay, oh wait, okay, the third is the here the what is called it, volume scatter. Okay, wait 4 minutes. This is a volume scatter. Okay, you can look some little box like a smoke in the back of my character. That is from my the real like a smoke is just what's called, that's just cube, but I have changed the volume scatter. The scatter I has been changed to volume scatter, so there's look like a smoke. Okay, so that is. And yes, thanks for watching. If you have some question, if I can help you, I will help you. And don't forget to subscribe and check the bell for the next notification. Thanks, see you in the next videos.